A brand new Heartland Rasmussen poll is showing something rather startling when it comes to AI taking over the government. Billy, let me read it right from the website because this is amazing. 41% of likely voters aged 18 to 39 voiced support for a proposal to give advanced AI system authority to control public policy making decisions, which is pretty terrifying. But I actually think there's one more that's even scarier, Billy. Here, check it out. 36% of likely voters age 18 to 39 said that they would support a proposal that would give AI, quote, I can't believe this, quote, authority to determine the rights that belong to individuals and families, including rights related to speech, religious practices, government authority, and property. Billy, what do you think about this find?
Okay. So the second one that you just read, especially when you get to speech, religious practices, government authority, and property, is absolutely terrifying. That means that almost 4 in 10 young people between 18 and 39 believe that our very basic First Amendment rights should be essentially handed over to a non-personal machine that we don't even know who's controlling it. That's the other thing here. When you think of AI, all these different companies own it. It works in all different ways depending. I'm not somebody who knows the framework of AI, but I do know that you have to consider who is running and owning the AI. If I were in China, and if you were to take this poll in China, can you imagine giving the Chinese government that kind of authority over people? So I think we have to pull back here. And we have to say, as a culture and a society, great, ChatGPT, all these other tools have been wonderful and helpful, and not everybody loves them, but I think a lot of us have found them useful in different ways. But I think that's worn us down already to a place where young people are saying, oh yeah, we're really cool with this. Let's hand it all over to the machines. That is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I think let's make this in the plainest English possible. Young people are starting to become kind of cool with the concept of AI running the show. It's like no need for the Matrix or the Terminator. They're just like, yeah, that sounds good. So obviously here at CBN News, we bring a biblical perspective into everything. And I was like, gosh, what would the Bible say in this moment? And I think it comes from a very fundamental place, which is God brought me to Proverbs 14. It says, there is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death. Jumping down. The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. The wise fear the Lord. And I think that's what it is it's to be wise isn't just to have all the calculations figured out. The wise isn't to have this machine that's obviously going to be smarter than the average human being, if not now, very soon, smarter than 100 human beings. The wise isn't just based on knowledge. To be truly wise is to fear the Lord, and machines can't do that. And so I think what's incumbent upon us as a government, for the people and by the people, that we've been endowed with certain inalienable rights from our Creator, is that our rights, our American experiment, is based on the idea of God-given inalienable rights. It's based on the idea that all men are created in God's image, created equal. And if we lose that bedrock, which again, people are like, oh, it's not a religious background, but it's like, gosh, I really think that the bedrock, the foundation of what made this American experiment work and beautiful in all of its faults, is that its foundational principle is that there is a God, and that true wisdom and governance is only found in submission to him. And if we remove that and replace it with AI, that is not just a slippery slope, that's dangerous. And so to me, I will defend the idea that what makes America a special light on a hill is its foundation found in this book. And if we start thinking, well, there's something even more intelligent than that, this is, I don't like to use the word scary because I don't think we should live in fear, but these are startling numbers, Billy.
Well, they are. And I think they also point to a laziness, right? That we're willing as human beings to just turn everything over to a machine that can do it for us. And that's one thing if you're talking about, not that this is ethical or you should do it, a book report or, an article or, a description or positive uses of AI. Okay, great. You're turning that over to make yourself more useful in other areas. But when you're talking about turning over basic fundamental rights, policymaking, the right to speech, religious practices, all these things. And then you have 35% of these 18 to 39-year-olds saying, hey, you know what? We should give AI the authority to control all the world's largest militaries. I mean, this is the epitome. This is when you take laziness and you allow it to metastasize, this is where it takes you. And we need to pull back, think deeper, and realize that just like you said, God has to be the center. And as people, we need to work and think and process and govern and run things. Otherwise, we're opening it up to complete chaos, even more so than we see when people are running things. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here.